Hello everyone! Welcome back to What's the Stitch, our online crafting series for all things fiber arts. I'm Bethany with Houston Public Library. We learned the basics of crochet in the last video, so now we can get to the exciting part, actually crocheting. Let's get started. We'll get started with the chain stitch, which is simply a segment of connecting loops. When making your foundation stitch, you want to make sure that your stitches aren't too tight because you will need to fit your hook back through them later to start crocheting your fabric. So keep this in mind and make sure that your body is relaxed and free of tension, as this tends to affect your stitches, especially any tension in your shoulders or wrists. So take a deep breath, fix your posture, and let's get stitching.
We'll begin by making a slip knot. This is just like a regular knot, but instead of putting the end all the way through, you create a loop out of it. Let's cross the yarn over itself and pull through the middle to make a loop. This is where you will attach your hook to the yarn. To make sure that you have enough tension on your yarn to successfully yarn over, you'll feed the yarn in between your index and middle finger and hold the project between your thumb and ring finger. You will experience some cramping in your palm, but this is common for new crocheters. Now that we have our yarn on the hook, we will yarn over, which is simply the term for using our hook to grab yarn. When you pull this yarn through, you want to make sure your hook is facing the ground so it doesn't get caught on any of our other stitches. Once you pull it through, you'll have one stitch and a new loop on your hook. Just to make it extra clear for you, there is a swiveling motion that we're putting on our hook to allow us to grab the yarn and turn the hook face down as we pull through, all in one swift motion. Let's do this a few more times to make a chain of 10. So yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. From here, we will identify the parts of the chain. It is imperative that you can identify what both the front and back sides of the chain stitch look like so you can make fewer mistakes when stitching into them. The front side is the side that will be facing out of our project. It looks like a V or a teardrop shape. The back side looks like a V with a line through it. This line is what we will be stitching into to attach the new stitches to our base.
That's all for this week. Feel free to send us your photos of finished products or major fails, which are just as important, using the hashtag #ILoveHPL on all platforms. Join us for our new Fiber Arts Club, Sit and Stitch at Central Library every second and fourth Wednesday of the month from 1 to 2 p.m. for great conversation with other crafters. Thanks for tuning in to What's the Stitch. See you next time!